Another video. Can't check the focus. That's cool. Almost getting that emo hair flip up. What's up, everybody? It's Alex Sigrist, and I'm back for another Alex Uncut. And today, we're going into a new set of questions from the previous week's videos. Thanks to everyone out there who did send those in. I really appreciate it. It helps all the time. If you have a question that you want me to answer, leave it down below in the comment section, and I'll get to it next week or in an Alex Uncut overtime. I give you the best answer I can out of 3 questions I choose from last week. I choose one of them, and sometimes I go on for 4 minutes, sometimes I go on for 10 minutes. Regardless, it's an unplanned, unscripted speech. I don't even know the question that's coming up, but without further ado, let's dive into it. Again, thank you to those who sent it in. I've screenshotted a couple of the questions, and it's gonna choose one. We'll choose 3. T-War. What's the most sentimental thing that you own? The most sentimental thing you own. Tell us the meaning behind that thing. Sure. Dusty Rhodes. Have you planned out the next couple years, or are you just going to wing it? Very good. And finally, Maggie Jones. Do you have or need a safety net in life? I guess I will go with T-War's question at the end. Dusty's. Maggie, okay, Dusty's, I guess. We're going with Dusty's. Why not? Have you planned out the next couple of years, or are you just going to wing it? Whew. I mean, look at what I'm doing now. I'm kind of just winging it. Here goes nothing. I've not planned out the next 3 to 5 years very strategically, although I might need to do that very soon. See, in 5 years from now, I think I will be in Korea, and I've made plans accordingly. My housing contract is 2 years, and it's better to get a 1-year contract if I think I might go home or haven't decided yet, but it's a 2-year contract that started in May, and it's got 2 years that I'm stuck here. Also invested in this thing called a studio behind me, in front of me, behind you, whichever direction it is. Way too much of my income went into this thing, but it's worth it, I think, if my plan is to be here for 5 years. So what I ended up doing is set up a bunch of structure in my life. That is my plan for the next 2 years. My housing, my friendships I've invested in, the studio I've invested in, this YouTube channel that I'm starting. All these things provide the structure for me to go ahead and get ahead over the next 3 to 5 years. So have I planned out the next couple of years? I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I have. Here's where I've planned it out besides the structure. I've also planned out what I want to do with this channel and what I want to do with my future career. Going back a little bit, my first dip into entertainment here in Korea was on radio. And I started off as a guest on a show, then I became a guest on 2 shows, then I became a couple of, recurring guests on like a couple of different segments on one show. Like I just built up. Eventually got to the point where I was running my own show as a producer and a host. And that was a crazy job. If anyone knows what Line 6 is, you were there for it. Oh my gosh, I was editing, I was writing, I was hosting, I was producing, but I had gotten up to a certain point where I wasn't quite like the level of a host, even though I was a host, but I'd finally gotten above the guest contributor spot. I was really excited, and that didn't last a while for budgetary reasons. That's no big deal. I had fun. It was a lot of work, and I realized something. I got to get a little bit better, and I got to keep working on what I'm doing. So I'm back to being a guest on multiple shows a week and a co-host on another station called EBS, where I'm, 20 minutes a day I'm the co-host, not officially the real host. And I realized I need to get a lot better at what I do. What I do is I speak, I talk, I say hey to you, and on a microphone, on a camera, and it's, don't try to have awkward silences. But they happen. So I've set this up so that I can continue to become a better public speaker. I can speak in front of a live audience, hence, that's why I'm practicing without cuts. I can speak on a radio show that's live, hence, that's why I'm practicing without cuts. And I can do well in YouTube, hence why I'm practicing without cuts. See, even that can be a benefit, because when you're going on someone else's channel, you don't get to choose where they cut. You just have to be on and good the whole time. So I've set up this system of getting better at my goals to get a better job, where I'm going to be improving my speaking skills, improving my visuals. Hey, someone told me in the comment section I do a lot with my hands. I do. I admit it. Now I'm self-conscious about it. But I got to get over that as well. So I've got kind of the framework, the structure. I've got the facilities, my housing, the studio. I've got this kind of plan that has to do with what I'm going to get better at. And I do have one more plan that I'm working on right now, which is treating myself as my own management team. So I'm setting up a schedule, a workout schedule, a YouTube schedule, which you kind of already noticed with Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I've set up, these priorities that I need to focus on as if Alex were some kind of product that we got to make into a more deliverable good while still being as real as it gets. That's difficult, but I think I can pull that one off. But I think this is maybe where that question was coming from, is do I have a plan of where I want to be and what level of success I want to reach? The answer to that is no, I don't. I would like to somehow get back into being a host on a radio show. That's true. There are certain numbers and benchmarks I would like to reach in YouTube, just for fun though, but I'll still keep doing that whether or not I make it or not. I want to get back onto Korean TV, but I need to learn some Korean first, which is part of my structure that's going to be pushing me forward when it comes to my plan in life. But the truth of the matter is, especially with entertainment, but for anyone who likes to travel or who doesn't like to be at one desk job for 5 years in a row or 10 years in a row, the truth of the matter is I'm very open to any and all possibilities. You could tell me tomorrow, Alex, you're going to be a spokesperson for a company, but you'll be the face of that company. Do you want it? And would I give it all up? I don't think so, but I'm open to it. I don't know. I have no idea. 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, I was happily in grad school learning about Korea, learning about East Asia and the countries involved and how it all works. And then this opportunity to speak about what I know and speak about my adventures here in Korea came up as a radio person. I had no idea that was coming up. Same with getting into Korean entertainment and TV and to doing my own YouTube channel. These are things you just can't predict and can't plan. And especially because we have no idea which social media platforms are going to be good, are going to be bad in the next 5 years. I can't. I don't have that plan. But if you can build up these transferable skills, you've got these skills that you've developed, the ability to talk, the ability to write scripts, the ability to plan, the ability to edit, the ability to shoot, the ability to make yourself into a TV star. If you've got those abilities, you can jump from platform to platform. You can be on TV, you can be on the radio, you can be on YouTube. This goes for everyone out there and whatever skill set you're doing. Just because you're an engineer at a paper company doesn't mean you can't switch over to an engineer at a construction company. I don't know how that works exactly, but if you build the skills, the mathematical skills required, you can jump from place to place, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I do have a plan for the next 5 years. I just can't tell you where on earth I'll be at the end of that. So that's it. Another Alex Uncut in the books. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions about what I just said, or if you agree or disagree, or you think it's a dumb idea, go ahead and leave that in the comment section, because the more comments means the more algorithm picks me up and throws my video to the top. Also hit that like button, feed the narcissism. I got 2 more questions that I gotta get to though. Let's jump back into them. Do you have a safety net in life? Do I need one? Yes, I actually really think you do, and that deserves a full video one day. But if you don't have a safety net in life, you make decisions that are more protective and not aggressive. Go on the offensive is a good way to get ahead. But yeah, I do have it now, and that's why I've thrown money at a studio. The other question was, T-War, what is the most sentimental thing you own? Tell us the meaning behind that thing. I have some diaries, kind of journals, diaries, I guess, that I wrote at different points in my life. They weren't for like long periods of time, but they were particular trips. And going back and reading them again is really eye-opening, remembering who I was. I think that even does more to jog my memory about my past than a picture does. So if you have a chance, write journals, write diaries. It really helps you out later in life. That's all I got. If you got a question for next week, please go ahead and leave that down below. Would love to hear some more interesting questions. And I'm here every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, 9 p.m. Korea time. I think that's good. This was Alex Uncut. Why am I so bad at this? You get all the way to the end and you're happy with what you said, and all of a sudden, boom, you get to the end and you're like, ugh. This was Alex Uncut. As real as it gets. I will see you next time.